Hello everyone and welcome to another video of the Sky channel. Now if you guys have already watched the video that was about testing the panda mount, you'd remember that I was extremely close to getting a panda from the draws. And I mentioned that if I get extremely lucky on the last 4 days, by getting 30 additional draws, I could get a second copy of the panda mount. Of course, that meant an average of 7.5 draws per day, and so far, the 2 days that went by, I only got 7. Now, there's a chance that if the last 2 days give me 8 each, I might still be able to get that panda draw, because as you can see, I just need 16 more to get another limited reward, and the only limited reward left is the panda mount. Now, you would also remember that I already purchased the panda from the coins, so I did have it, and that's how I tested it last time. But here's the interesting thing that happened. 14 draws later, I ended up getting the Beastroar Bow. As you can see, the choice is unlocked, and that is only unlocked after you get one of the final prize. And as you can see, I did. Only 418 draws were used, so I was extremely lucky. I didn't get that second panda mount, but I got something even better. In terms of the cost, I've only spent $162 on this event to do the 418 draws and get one panda mount, one costume, yes, I already got the costume as well as the final reward of the Beastroar Bow. Breaking it down into packs, I got the $1 pack, I got all the $5 packs, I got all the $10 packs, I got all the $20 packs, and I got one of the $50 packs. Of course, I did get extremely lucky, as I mentioned before. Technically, if you want to guarantee the Beastroar Bow, you need 1,000 draws. I only got 418 in, and I'm expecting to get a few more, probably 14, but I'm hoping it's 16 so I get that second copy of the mount. But anyhow, so what we're going to do is we're going to now test the Beastroar Bow and see how that impacted our PvP abilities, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the Beastroar Bow, and then I'm going to fight some people, and then we're going to try again with the Beastroar Bow. Of course, I'll prioritize people that are close to my strength or a little stronger so you can see the Beastroar Bow in action. Let's try Dark Matter. You can see his power level is higher than mine, and let's see how it goes. It does show you that I'm using the Beastroar Bow, but I'm not. I actually turned off its ability, and well, regardless of that fact, I did win, and I did win with a decent margin. But anyhow, what I'm going to do is I'm going to now use its ability and see if that makes the fight even easier. Let's go again and see what happens when we fight with the Beastroar Bow. And now you'll see some of the arrows coming down on him after a few criticals, and there you go. And as you can imagine, there was a significant difference in my ability to defeat the enemy, and I was able to do it with a lot more health left. Okay, hoping for a tougher battle next time. Let's turn off the Beastroar Bow and let's fight somebody. Relevant Wing. Remember, we fought him using the panda mount as well. He did manage to get the panda mount now, so let's see what happens if you fight him without the Beastroar Bow. Okay, so you can see it's pretty close, and well, I actually lost. Okay, let's try one more time without the Beastroar Bow, and then we'll try it with the Beastroar Bow. Okay, again, you can see the battle is quite intense, and again, it seems like he won. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to try with the Beastroar Bow twice. Okay, I turned it on, and now let's look for Relevant Wing. Here it goes, hoping that Beastroar Bow can change the tides for this battle, and so far, I think we managed it. Yeah, we did. Okay, but let's try again. Second time, and we can see the battle is always fairly close, and this time I think he did win. I want to try one more time. Without the Beastroar Bow, we lost both times. Now with the Beastroar Bow, can we win 2 out of 3 times, or is it not possible? And it was. Okay, so clearly you can see a positive change in our abilities of defeating Relevant Wing. Of course, we also know that he does have the panda mount now, so it's no surprise that he's stronger than he was when we were doing the previous one. I'll stop using the Beastroar Bow. Let's try Belmont, the guy with the extremely high attack, and he's a mage, so it is going to be an interesting battle. A lot of my health is already down, as you can see, and I think I won. But it was extremely close because it was hard to see if I won or if I lost. All right, let's go and turn on our Beastroar Bow, see if that makes a difference in the fight against him. And here we go. We are going to try him now. And of course, he did manage to get a lot of our health in the beginning of the battle, but we still managed to win. And I think we won with a little bit more health than we did without the Beastroar Bow. So that's promising to look at. Okay, so let's take a look at the stat differentials. Relevant Wing losing. The person we were fighting earlier was pretty close. Actually, he won a few times against us. He won every time when I wasn't using the bow, and he won once out of the 3 times we fought him without the bow. You can see that his base stats are a little lower than mine. He does have a pretty decent basic attack multiplier. He probably is using the panda mount because he does have that. He does have a decent combo damage res, a bunch of launch and ignore launch. And if you look at that, he does have a pretty decent damage res. So it actually turns out he's not using the panda. He's probably still using his ox, which gives a 10% damage resistance. And I think this is something that makes a very large difference in battle. The damage res is quite important. Now, using the panda, I do get a certain amount of damage res as well, between 5 to 12%, but on average, probably the ox gives a little bit more. The Belmont guy, you can see his attack is absolutely insane, and he does have a bunch of skill crit and skill damage, as that is his real focus. And you saw he can do a lot of damage as a mage, right? So relevant wing, crossbow, Belmont, mage. We don't have many extremely strong warriors in our server, but one other thing I want to try out is using the Beastroar Bow. Does that significantly increase my damage? Now, before I got the panda mount and of course the Beastroar Bow, the highest that I had done was 2,243.8 trillion. Now, it was a little while ago, but I don't think I've made a huge difference in my stats between then and now. But let's see if my damage goes up by a lot, given that I got the Beastroar Bow. Okay, let's give it a try now and see how it goes. Seems to be looking good so far. We did get to level infinity and we still have a few seconds to go. Let's see the damage dealt. Oh, wow. I was not expecting that. 4,732 trillion. That's a major jump, actually. Quite impressed. We almost doubled our score because of this. So pretty impressive. All right. And when it came to the soul trial, I was stuck at 528. Let's see if my new Beastroar Bow can help me out progress a few more levels. Okay, so we did pass 528. Let's see if we can pass even further, and we got all the way to 536, which is pretty nice. And if you look at the rank, I'm ranked number 9 in my server, which is pretty cool. And since I didn't get to check it out against any strong warriors, let's try it out against some of the warriors in the cross server. Okay, this guy seems to be reasonably strong, very similar stats to mine, and he's a martial sage. Let's try challenging him and see how we fare against a martial sage. You can see a lot of counter strikes coming in, and we did manage to win. Okay, this guy is much stronger than us when it comes to stats, and I do want to give it a shot anyway, so let's give it a try. Perhaps we can get super close. He does have most of the panda stuff, which is pretty cool, and we almost won. So I consider that quite impressive. Let us try against another one of the swordsman class. Okay, let's check out the stats of this person here. Much stronger than us in pretty much everything, especially defense. I still want to give it a shot. Let's see how it goes, and we will see our performance. Close. I wouldn't say it's that bad. And let's try this one. He has much higher health than us. Let's check out his counter-strike percentage. 25,000. That's extremely high. I think people with that high of a counter-strike generally do tend to win against me, but let's give it a shot anyway. And you can see that, well, yeah, he did win. But anyhow, the idea is that using the Beastroar Bow did make a significant change in my performance in PvP as well as PvE. So you might be asking, what makes the Beastroar Bow so cool? Well, first of all, it gives you a 10% global attack, which is pretty normal because a lot of other mounts and, artifacts and back accessories do give global stats as well. But of course, getting an extra 10% global attack is nice to have. The really cool thing is that it gives you a 20% crit rate from the get-go, right? And that's crit rate that you can actually see in your stats, right? If you go to the compare page right now, you can see 62.28%. And the moment I use my Beastroar Bow and you check out my stats again, it goes up to 82.28%, right? So you can actually see it in the stats. You have it in the start of the battle. It is quite effective. But it doesn't stop there. Every crit that you do, it increases the crit damage by 1% until the end of battle. And that's a permanent increase in your final crit damage, which takes into effect after calculating the other base crit bonuses that you might have. So this is a pretty nice jump in your crit damage, and it stacks 20 times, right? So 20 crits and your crit damage goes up by 20%, and that's final crit damage again, meaning that it does have a very large impact in your crit damage. And of course, if you have a reasonably high crit rate, if you are, for example, an archer like I am, I have a high crit rate to begin with. And as a crossbow, I do a bunch of combos, and combos can crit too, meaning that I can actually accumulate the crit damage really fast. And once that happens, there is the ability to do a lot of damage to the enemy. So 10% chance to deal all of this bunch of damage. We're talking 750% area effect skill damage, 150% basic attack area effect damage, which can be crit and most likely will be because your crit rate is going to be extremely high. 150% of current combo area effect damage, which can also be crit and again likely will be, and 150% of your current counter area effect damage, which can also be crit, right? And it's an addition of all of these different damages, which means that the stronger you are, the more counter, combo, skill damage you have, the more damage that this can do. And especially as an archer, since I'm doing a lot of combos, right, and combos can crit, it means that I can trigger this very often, and that's pretty much what makes this a really insane artifact. Not only is it making you good at crits, which it is because it grants you a base crit rate and final crit damage, it's also adding a lot of extra damage to your crits, making this extremely powerful. You noticed that there was a significant difference in me using this artifact and me not using this artifact, and this is exactly why. Up until now, the Eye of the Raven was pretty much the best artifact that I could think of because of its ability to give you a double clone. I don't think that's the case anymore with the Beastroar Bow. This probably comes at the top, especially if we're talking about archers, because it is just so impactful in PvP and PvE. And since I still have you here, I do want you to know that you can get between 10 to 35% bonus on in-game purchases in the Legend of Mushroom. The steps are very simple. Follow the video that I'm linking in the description. You can actually get a link at the top of the screen right now as well, which guides you through the whole step-by-step process. It is fairly simple. Anytime you make any in-game purchase, you get a certain amount of credits back, which you can then use to make additional purchases. Using Aptoide, you can actually get all of these items much cheaper, and you can actually do it regardless of if you have an iPhone or an Android. The video will also share our latest promo code, which will be in the name of the video, so you know exactly which promo code to use to get these amazing bonuses. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please like it. Please subscribe to our channel. Check out our other videos if you haven't, and I hope to see you in the next one.